Now, if you've been on the internet recently, you might have heard this story about how Logan Paul is supposedly going to have a fight. Now, this fight is with who? We're going to give you a little guess. A. Deji. B. Jake Paul. C. Keemstar. D. One of the greatest boxers known. That is currently, active, or so to speak. Yeah, it's option D. Floyd Mayweather. Now, I don't think this is going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now. I really doubt that this is happening. And when I say really doubt, I mean, I'm 99% sure it's not going to. But we're gonna go through what happened anyway, just in case, right? So, about 1 day ago, I would say, Keemstar said this story. He said, oh, well, Logan Paul is going to fight Floyd Mayweather. This got leaked. And then he found the advertisement deck, which is on screen right now, and a bunch of people went, wow, this is insane, And I mean, I thought that too, but I thought that in the way that, wow, now they're just, authorizing doctor-assisted suicide, except Floyd Mayweather is the doctor. Didn't really make sense. So after considering my options for an estimated 3.2 seconds, I decided the best thing to do was to say my goodbyes to poor Logan Paul, who was about to die. And carry on with it. But then I remembered, wait a minute, this video has to be pretty long. Otherwise it will not get any watch time at all. So I proceeded to, literally just go on Keemstar's Twitter and just see the whole story before we get into another thing that I want to discuss that will also probably result in Logan Paul's death. So after he had posted this news, he right away went ahead and did a poll. Logan Paul's chances to beat Floyd Mayweather, were they 75, 50, 25, or 0%? Well, 78% of people, including me, voted 0%, and I'm going to have to say that I strongly agree with him. I mean, that is definitely the kind of route that I was going on as well, the immediate death of Logan Paul. I mean, Floyd Mayweather is 50-0, Logan Paul can't even beat KSI. And then this was the moment where people were like, this might not actually happen. Somebody said, oh, how is he gonna get a pro license? This doesn't make sense because, I mean, people have gotten pro license without any fights, and he already had a pro fight against KSI, if you can count that, which technically you can, but, I mean, come on. It's kind of stupid. But yeah, I really don't think it's going to happen. I think Logan Paul is very stupid, but not stupid enough to, basically kill himself. This is suicide for all it's worth. So we're going to hope that Logan Paul has some amount of sense left and is not going to attempt to fight one of, the most decorated boxers there are. Not that I know anything about boxing. So who is going to kill him if it's not Floyd Mayweather? Because it's definitely going to be someone. Well, the answer to that question, you see, is ibraTV. ibraTV is a French YouTuber who is known for doing a bunch of stunts and fighting a lot. He has done wrestling matches, he's done boxing matches, he's done boxing matches without gloves. We're going to see all of this near the end when we do our minute of silence for Logan Paul, but for now, I just want to go through the situation. Logan Paul was, back when he was in, I believe, high school or maybe college, a very good wrestler. He was one of the best in Ohio. And this made him decide that he could beat literally any influencer. So he said, if you're an influencer, he tweeted this out, if you're an influencer, come on, wrestle me. I bet you whatever amount of money he said, probably something with a bunch of zeros at the end and a 1 at the beginning. I'm just going to assume, it seems pretty obvious, that you cannot beat me. Now, the funny thing is that ibraTV could definitely beat him, which we'll see soon, but you don't really need to see it because, I mean, come on, Logan Paul can't beat KSI in a boxing match. Do you think he's going to beat ibraTV in a wrestling match? No. But do you think he's going to survive? I'm actually not sure. After a lot of consideration, I've decided that there's approximately a 60% chance of survival and a 10% chance of winning. So before our minute of silence, I just want to say I truly don't believe that Logan Paul is going to die. We're obviously joking, and I really hope he doesn't. But I also really hope that he realizes his place and that he stops acting like an idiot. Maybe that he thinks before he speaks for once in his life. That's pretty much all I have to say. Now we're going to do our moment of silence for Logan Paul.
D'où on vient, tu t'en fous, alors regarde ce qu'on fait, regarde ce qu'on fait, regarde ce qu'on fait. D'où on vient, tu t'en fous, alors regarde ce qu'on fait. Et si ça fait de l'effet, lève ta main, refrain. D'où on vient, tu t'en fous, alors regarde ce qu'on fait, regarde ce qu'on fait.
Belle saisie, Ibra.
Oui,
c'est d'amener son adversaire au sol. Et travaille contre la cage d'Ibra. Belle amenée au sol d'Ibra, qui a mis ses deux bras sur les aisselles. Ibra qui travaille au côte, au niveau des côtes, qui est marqué. Ibra qui retente l'amener au sol. Donc la guillotine, il essaye d'asphyxier son adversaire. Il reste très peu de temps, ça va être...
Okay, I'm going to stop now because you get the idea, and I'm afraid that if I show too much of this and Logan Paul ends up seeing it, he's going to cancel it all on us, and then it just won't be fun. Anyway, you guys get the general idea. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, go to the end of your street, at like the very end, the last house on that street, knock on the door of the house that's on the right of you, and then ask for the oldest person in the house, tell them to watch the video. Yeah, bye, I guess.